Yes, my dear students, today the topic is domain. How to find domain? The values of independent variable x in which fx is definite. Definite means not infinity. For example, we have a function example fx equal 1 over x, fx equal 1 over x is definite for all values of real number except x equal to 0. Is it clear, boys? It is 1 over x means the value of x should not be 0. If the value of x is 0, then function becomes infinity. So in every type of question, we should avoid to make it infinity. So there are, just a minute, intervals. So sometimes we have to write the answer of domain in terms of intervals. So there are three types of intervals. First uh, type, type is open interval, second type is closed interval, and the third type is CLOPEN or semi-open or semi-closed interval. We will discuss every type one by one in a very easy and simple style. Yes, boys, open interval. Sometimes we have to write the domain in terms of open interval, and how to write it, you can see first of all the definition. An interval is said to be is said to be an open interval if it can be written as if it can be written as minus a to a in a round bracket, or you have to write this bracket minus a to a, or minus a less than x less than a. In multiple type questions, sometimes options are given in terms of intervals. Then you should know how to write the domain in terms of interval. Minus a and a are not included in open intervals. In finite number, in finite values, in finite values in between minus a and a. Minus a and a. Closed interval. An interval is said to be closed interval. An interval is said to be a closed interval if it can be written as can be written as minus a to a. You have to use, in case of closed interval, this bracket. Or sometimes you can also write minus a less than and equal to x less than and equal to a. In finite values, including minus a and a. CLOPEN or semi-open or semi-closed interval. The third type, very important, an interval is said to be CLOPEN or semi-open or semi-closed. If it can be written as, if it can be written as, so be careful while writing the brackets in case of CLOPEN or semi-open or semi-closed interval. Three different names, but the function is same. So this bracket minus a comma a round bracket, or second one minus a to a, this bracket meaning same, but brackets, you can see the formation of brackets that is different. Minus a less than and equal to x less than a. Type number 1. So we will discuss few types in which you can find the domain in a very simple and easy style. So question 1, it is very simple and easy. So I will start in a very simple style. Find the domain of fx equal to 1x at x equal to 0 in terms of interval. This is the question I want to explain it. So boys, take fx equal 1 over x. Okay, at x equal to 0. Suppose x is not equal to 0 because our requirement not infinity. So x should not be equal to 0. So domain is equal to all real numbers, set of all real numbers minus this 0. Okay, so you can also write real numbers minus infinity to infinity minus 0. So you can also write it like this, minus infinity to 0 union 0 to infinity in this way, minus infinity to 0, it means minus infinity and 0 are not included. Between minus infinity to 0, all values are included. Union plus except 0 and infinity, all values are included. Is it clear, boys? So, second question, find the domain of fx equal 1 over 7 minus 3x in terms of interval. So, very simple, I will explain it. You can see and you will enjoy. Fx equal 1 over 7 minus 3x. Now it is not given at x equal to 0 or something z. So we should know it should not be infinity. That is only possible if we suppose the denominator 1 over 7, 1 over 7 minus 3x. It should not be 0. Otherwise it will be infinity. So minus 3x should not be equal to 1 over 7 minus. Is it clear? Minus is cancelled by minus. So 3x, it should not be equal to 1 over 7. X, it should not be equal to 1 over 7 multiplied 3, 21. So answer, it should be written like this. Domain equal set of real numbers minus 1 over 21. Okay, now set of real numbers, so to write minus infinity to infinity minus 1 over 21, or you can also write the answer in terms of intervals like this, minus infinity to 1 over 21 union 1 over 21 to infinity. Just a minute, boys. This bracket we have to write a round bracket. So this is the answer. Domain. I will do some more questions. Find the domain of fx equal 1 over x plus 9 in terms of interval. X equal 1 over x plus 9. So what we have to do? We have to suppose. First of all, we have to suppose x plus 9, it should not be equal to 0. Suppose x plus 9 is not equal to 0. X, it should not be equal to minus 9. So we will write domain equal set of real numbers minus 9 in terms of set. So set of real numbers you can write like this, minus infinity to infinity minus 9. So further we can write domain equal minus infinity to minus 9 union minus 9 to infinity. Question 4. Find the domain find the domain of fx equal 1 over 2x plus 9 in terms of interval. So you can see something over linear. In every question we did today, every question the type of something over linear. So fx equal 1 over 2x plus 9. So we have to suppose this value should not be equal to 0. Suppose 2x plus 9 is not equal to 0. 2x should not be equal to minus 9. X it should not be equal to minus 9 over 2. Now write domain. Domain equal domain equal set of real numbers minus 9 over 2, or domain equal minus infinity to infinity minus 9 over 2. At the end, domain equal minus infinity to minus 9 over 2 union minus 9 over 2 to infinity. Last question. So find the domain. Very important topic we are doing, will help you a lot in solving MCQs especially, or in terms of questions. So why? The question is fx equal 1 over minus 7 over 2x plus 5 over 4. So we have to suppose minus 7 over 2x plus 5 over 4. It should not be equal to 0. Minus 7 over 2x. It should not be equal to minus 5 over 4. Minus is cancelled by minus. So x, it should not be equal to 5 over 4 multiply 2 over 7. So 2 1s are 2 and 2 2s are 4. X, it should not be equal to 10 over 2 1s are 2. Yes, 5 over 14. 5 over 7 2s are 14. 7 over 14. So boys, just a minute. Domain, right here, domain. Domain equal set of real numbers minus 5 over 14. Five over 14. So set of real numbers we can write minus infinity to infinity minus 5 over 14. We can also write minus infinity to 5 over 14 union 5 over 14 to infinity. Domain right here Yes, boys, I think we did this topic in a very easy and simple style. If you feel even then, you can ask me in the comment box. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.